Good morning, children. I am happy to see you all once again through this video class. We have just started surface areas and volumes. In the last class, we discussed about the various formula and their derivation. Now we are going to enter the exercise. In 9th standard, you dealt with sums that focused on a particular shape. For example, cone means fully find the surface area of this conical flask or anything like that. But in this 10th standard, we are going to see combination of solids, combination of shapes. For example, in a single object, a hemispherical structure is also there, and a cone is mounted on the hemisphere. Understood? We are going to deal with combination of solid shapes. Okay, so anyway, it's going to be easy only, don't worry. We will directly enter the exercise. I think it is better if you go directly to an exercise sum. Before that, you should be thorough with all the formula. You should be thorough with all the formula that we discussed in the last class. I hope you have studied that, isn't it? Have you all studied? Have you all practiced that? Have you all? Yes. Thank you. So now take your book. Take your book, page number 244. 244. Exercise 13.1. Directly let's go to the first sum. Let me read it. The first sum says that two cubes, each of volume 64 centimeter cube are joined end to end. Find the surface area of the resulting cuboid. See, I have only one cube. This is a cube. But here in the question it is given there are two cubes. So you imagine there is another one cube and you are attaching that cube over this cube. So what will happen? If you attach two cubes, then it will become a, you imagine, I'm just drawing the model of cube. So this is one cube, and with this you are going to attach another cube. So what will happen? Okay. So now this cube is converted into cuboid. When you attach two cubes together, you will get a cuboid shape. Understood or not? That is why the question is asked. Find the surface area of the resulting cuboid. The resulting shape will be a cuboid. So let us see what are the given data. It is given, read the question carefully. Two cubes, each of volume 64 centimeter cube. Each means one cube volume is 64. So what is given? Given, first write the given data. Volume of a cube, single cube, is equal to 64 centimeter cube. So nothing else is given. Volume alone is given. You have to find the surface area. Okay. So if you want the surface area of the cuboid, here they didn't mention whether it is total surface or curved surface, but simply surface area means the overall surface area of the resulting cuboid, that is TSA. You have to use the TSA formula. So do you remember TSA formula? TSA of cuboid? Yes, that is 2 into LB plus LH plus BH. Okay, so 2 is common. Hope you remember that. So first, what we will do? See the cubes. If the cube sides are given, then it is okay. But nothing is given. Only volume is given. You know, volume of cube formula. You know, we know that volume of cube is equal to A cube, isn't it? So in this place you substitute the A cube, then you will find the A value. Understood? That gives A cube equal to 64. Understood or not? A cube equal to 64. Therefore A is equal to cube root of 64. Understood or not? So cube root of 64, you just write 1 cube 1 cube is 1 only, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, 4 cube is 64. Yes or no? 4 cube is 64. Therefore, cube root of A. Therefore, A is equal to cube root of 64 is nothing but 4. Okay. So, the unit is centimeter. Understood or not? Okay. So, first you have to see the given data. Then based on the given data, you have to find the solutions. Okay. So, now you see in the diagram. So, this 1 cube side of 1 cube is 4. This is 4 means this side also 4, this side also 4, everywhere 4. Understood or not? So it will be like, if you consider this as a cuboid, so this side the length will be 4 plus 4, 8. So in the resulting cuboid, this is length, isn't it? So length is 4 plus 4, 8. So length is equal to 4 plus 4 is equal to 8 centimeter. Then what about breadth? This is breadth, isn't it? This breadth is also just 4 only. So breadth is equal to 4 centimeter. Then what about height? Height will not change because we are attaching it sidewise. So height also 4 only. Understood? Height 4, breadth 4, but the length alone is 8. So height is equal to 4 centimeter. So that's all. Now we have every values. What we want to find the surface area. So surface area in this sense, this is a full cuboid. So we have to find the total surface area. Okay. So generally in the question they will not mention whether you have to find TSA or CSA. You have to see the rough diagram and you have to imagine and you have to apply the suitable formula. Understood? Based on the shape given. So in this shape, this is a full cuboid. So TSA, total surface area of cuboid is equal to 2 into LB plus LH plus BH. If the order is changed, no problem. It should be one LB should be there, one LH should be there, and one BH should be there. Okay, you can change the order, no problem. So now that is equal to 2 into L, length is 8, breadth is 4. So LB means 8 into 4 because length is 8, breadth is 4. Understood? Then plus what else? LH. L is 8, H is 4. So again 8 into 4 plus then BH, B is 4, H is also 4. Are you all following me? It's very easy sum. Okay. So 4 into 4. That's all. So equal to, so according to Woodma's rule, first you will solve the multiplication. So 8 4s are 32 plus 8 4s are 32 plus 4 4s are 60. Okay. Now, Divendra, are you watching? Okay, please follow me. So 2 into 32 plus 32 is 64. 64 plus 16 is 80. If you add this 32 plus 32 64, 64 plus 16 80. So 2 into 80 is equal to 160. So this is surface area and volumes. We are dealing with shapes. You must write the unit. So I already told you area unit is always square only. Meter means meter square, centimeter means centimeter square. So here centimeter is given. Volume means cube, but area means square. So centimeter square. So that's all. Finally you can write. Therefore, the surface area. Finally you write the statement of the resulting cuboid is 160 centimeter square. Is it easy? Easy, isn't it? So I already told you we are going to deal with combination of the, I failed to mention the topic, surface area of combination of solids. So here two cubes are combined. So in the coming sums we will combine one cube with the cylinder or hemisphere with the cylinder, hemisphere with the cone. So please copy it down. We will go to the next. Now let's look at the second sum. Exercise 13.1. Second sum. It's given like this. A vessel in the form of a hollow hemisphere mounted by a hollow cylinder. The diameter of the hemisphere is 14 centimeter and the total height of the vessel is 13 centimeter. Find the inner surface area of the vessel. So first we should know what is a hollow cylinder and what is a hollow hemisphere. So normally cylinder, you know, normal cylinder. This is a normal cylinder. Fully here cover everything. This is a normal cylinder. But this is a hollow cylinder. You can see. Okay, hollow cylinder means inside nothing will be there. A big empty space will be there. You can take PVC pipe as an example of a hollow hemisphere. So here no closure will be there. Okay, only the covered surface area will be there. Understood or not? This is a hollow cylinder. Similarly, this can be considered as a hollow hemisphere. This is not exactly a hemisphere. Even the a bowl can be considered as a hollow hemisphere. So here also only the curved surface area is there. The circle, this closure in is not there. Only an empty space is there. Understood or not? This is a hollow cylinder and this is a hollow hemisphere. Okay. So in the question, it is given the hollow cylinder is mounted by a, the hollow hemisphere is mounted by a hollow cylinder. Mounted by a, which means, so down, the hemisphere is there. Okay, hollow means here no closure. Okay, it is mounted by means, which means here and outside the cylinder is there, it is not closed. Understood or not? Here also it is not closed, here also it is not closed. So this is the shape of the vessel. So you have to understand the difference between mounted by and mounted on. In case it is given the hemisphere is mounted on the cylinder, then cylinder would have come down and hemisphere would be on the top. Understood? On the means cylinder would be down and hemisphere would be on the top. But here mounted by is given, therefore hemisphere will be at the bottom and cylinder will be at the top. So this is the shape. You want to find the inner surface area. So to find inner surface area of the whole vessel, which means it includes a hemisphere as well as a hollow hemisphere as well as a hollow cylinder. Understood or not? So always listen, hollow cylinder means it covers covered surface area only. Hollow hemisphere also it covers covered surface area only. Okay, but we want, first let us consider the formula. Okay, therefore before that I want to tell you one thing. Whenever you deal with inner surface area or outer surface area, just look at the question whether any thickness is given, because sometimes if the thickness is more, then the outer surface area may be little bigger than the inner surface area. Understood? So whenever thickness is given, you have to consider that. But in this question, thickness is not given, so we don't need to consider. We directly go with the formula. Understood? So you can write the formula is inner surface area of the vessel equal to, so first hemispheres covered surface area CSA and the cylinders CSA. So CSA of hemisphere plus CSA of cylinder. That's all. Understood or not? So CSA of hemisphere plus CSA of cylinder. That is equal to, you know, CSA of hemisphere. What is CSA of hemisphere? Do you remember? Yeah, CSA of hemisphere is 2 pi r square. Understood? Then plus CSA of cylinder, cylinder we have to peel it. Yeah, CSA of cylinder is equal to 2 pi r h. Understood or not? Okay. So in the question, diameter is given, total height is given. Total height in the sense, this total height including the cylinder and hemisphere. This total height is 13 and the diameter is 14. So here we have two shapes. One is the cylinder and another one is the hemisphere. But in the question it is mounted, na? So that separate in diameter is not given, it is directly mounted. Therefore, this diameter and this diameter are the same. Therefore, this diameter is 14 centimeter. Now what we want? We need to find the radius and we need to find the height of the cylinder. Understood? Okay. So let it be in the formula. So we want to find the radius as well as the height. Are you all following me? Okay. Now diameter is given, therefore radius can be easily found. Given diameter is equal to 14 centimeter. You know the formula for radius. Radius equal to d by 2. Radius is nothing but half of the diameter. So radius equal to diameter by 2. That is equal to 14 by 2. That is equal to 7 centimeter. Clear? Okay. Then how to find this height? Cylinder, listen carefully. This is the total height. Total height is given as 13. But cylinder height means this much only. This is the cylinder's height. Therefore, cylinder's height means from the total height you have to subtract. This is the total height. From the total height you have to subtract this part. Do you know what is that part? This is a cylinder. This is a hemisphere. In a hemisphere, what is this part? Can you say? This part is nothing but the radius. See, if we consider this as the center, this is the radius, this is the radius, this is the radius, this is also a radius. Okay. Therefore, this part is nothing but the radius. Now, from the total height, if you subtract this radius, you will get the cylinder height. Understood? So h is equal to total height of the vessel minus radius. That is equal to 13. Total height is 13 centimeter and the radius height is radius value is 7. So 13 minus 7 equal to 6 centimeter. That's all. Easy, isn't it? See, you have to first consider the given data, then you have to look at the formula, then you have to find the values of the parameters. Okay, so now you got the parameter. Now go. Therefore, total inner surface area is equal to, see the formula, 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h, isn't it? So you can write commonly like this. You can do it separately if you want, no problem. But in short, here also 2 pi r is there, here also 2 pi r is there, isn't it? So 2 pi r you can take common. Okay. So 2 pi r you can take as common. Then remaining, here one r is there, here one h is there. Understood or not? Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Now, in the question, in the exercise beginning itself, it is given pi value you have to take as 22 by 7. Okay. Therefore, the value is equal to 2 into pi value you have to take it as 22 by 7 into r value. R value is already given 7 only. 7 into r plus h. R is 7 plus h is common. H is 6. Actually, this chapter is easy only. Okay, and interesting also. So you have to follow me and you have to do the homework sincerely. Now, this 7 and 7 cancel. So you will get 2 into 22 into in the bracket 7 plus 6, that is 13. Understood? 7 plus 6 is 13. This 7 cancels. Now 2 into 22 is equal to 44. 2 into 22 is 44 into 13. Okay. So 44 into 13. Let us multiply 4 3s are 12 and 1 remaining. 4 3s are 12. 1 remaining 13. Then 1 4 is 4. So the answer is 572. Understood? So equal to 572. What is this? This is surface area. Area means square and the unit is centimeter. Therefore, centimeter square. So finally you can write, therefore write the statement. Therefore, the inner surface area of this given vessel is 572 centimeter square. Understood? So first consider the given data, then write the formula, two shapes. So you have to understand, I already told you, they won't give whether it is CSA or TSA. You have to analyze, you have to see the shape. Okay, hollow cylinder or hollow hemisphere means always take CSA only. Okay, then in the formula, from the diameter we derive the radius, and from the given data and the diagram, rough diagram, we derive the H value also, and finally we applied it and got the answer. Is it easy? Easy, isn't it? Okay, please copy it down. We'll do the next problem. And now let us look at the fourth sum. Earlier we did the second sum. Now fourth sum. It says that a cubical block of side 7 cm. The cube side is 7 cm. Is surmounted by a hemisphere. Surmounted by a hemisphere. I told you, by means the hemisphere will come up. On a hemisphere means the hemisphere will come down. Understood? So a cube is there. Above that cube, a hemisphere is there. Understood? Now, what is the greatest diameter of the hemisphere? We have to find the maximum or the greatest diameter of the hemisphere, and we also have to find the surface area of the solid. So let me explain the question. There is a cube, and above the cube a hemisphere is surmounted. This is not exactly a hemisphere, but you can consider. So that it is surmounted like this. Okay. By, surmounted by means hemisphere will be on the cube. Surmounted on a hemisphere means hemisphere will be at the bottom. Understood? So now here in this question it is surmounted or surmounted by. Therefore, so the rough diagram will be like this. The cube is there. Draw a cube. Okay, this is a cube. Sorry. Okay, this is a cube surmounted by a hemisphere. So on the top, what we have? On the top we have a hemisphere. Okay, so on the top we are having a hemisphere. So on one side of the cube we are having a hemisphere. So we are not getting a proper three-dimensional structure. But I tell you, if you keep a hemisphere on the top of the cube, one side of the cube, some edges will be there, isn't it? Here one edge, here one edge, here one edge will be there. So if I draw the two-dimensional structure, it will look like that. I am taking only the top view. Top view will look like this. This is the one side of the cube, that is look like square shape. And the hemisphere, if you see from the top view, this hemisphere will actually look like a circle. So greatest diameter means the circle will be touching the square, because we want greatest diameter. Greatest diameter means what's the meaning of that? Greatest diameter means the diameter, this is the diameter. The diameter will be equal to the side of the cube. So greatest diameter D, you can take small d or capital D. D is equal to this. Greatest means you understood. This circle will fully touching this side also and this side also touching the edges of the square of the cube, the face of the cube. Understood? So, if it fully touches, then the diameter will be equal to the side of the cube. That is, diameter is equal to side of the cube. You know already the side is given as 7 centimeter. Therefore, it is equal to 7 centimeter. So, this is one part of the question. The question is, what would be the greatest diameter of the hemisphere? So, you imagine this is the hemisphere is exactly touching this side and this side, but this is not exactly touching, but you imagine that. Okay. So, when it exactly touching this side as well as this side, you know this diameter will be equal to the side. The side is given 7 centimeter. That's all. So, one part is over. Now we want the total surface area or the surface area of given shape. You can't directly apply the formula. Okay, you have to analyze the given shape. Why? Because in the given shape, see the surface area. This is a cube. So, except in the top side, the hemisphere is mounted. So, all the other sides are normal only. Totally 6 sides. One side is occupied by the hemisphere. The other sides are free. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, 5 sides are free. So, you can write 5a square. Understood or not? You have to see the shape or imagine the shape and you have to write the formula. So, here 5 sides are given, isn't it? So, you can write 5a square. You know, because one side area is a square. So, 5 sides 5a square. Now, look at this top. The top is mounted by a hemisphere. Okay. So, the top is mounted by a hemisphere. You know, hemisphere only the curved part will be visible, isn't it? Because the circle is attached inside. If for example, this is a cylinder, this part is a circle. You simply take this mean 2 pi rx plus pi r square plus pi r square. But now it is attached here. Now this circle goes inside. Therefore, now when you see, you will see the curved surface area, this circle, but you will not see the inner circle because that is attached. Similarly, here this circle is also attached, goes inside. We want to find the surface area only, but this circle goes inside. Therefore, the circle will not come, only the curved surface area will come. Okay. So, plus CSA of hemisphere, curved surface area of hemisphere. Now, you can't think that's all over. Why? Because you see the two-dimensional shape. So, the top will look like this. This is a square and this is the circle. Now, we have these edges now. Yes or no? This edges area will also should be added because these edges will also be visible. Example, if you do like this, see here, this edge is also visible. So, with the curved surface area of the hemisphere, this edge also should be mentioned. So, how will you measure the edge? How will you include the edge? You can see here, this is a square and this is a circle. So, from the square area, if you subtract this circle area, this edge will be available. Understood? So, from the square area, you subtract this circle area, the remaining part will be available. So, you will write plus the square area. Square area is a square. You have to subtract minus this circle area. Okay, that is pi r square. Understood or not? Again I repeat, first the 5 sides are free. So I wrote 5 into area of square, that is 5a square. Then upside one hemisphere is there, but hemisphere's circle part is hidden inside. Therefore I wrote CSA. Otherwise I would have written TSA. The circle part is hidden inside, so I am writing CSA. Now the edges are remaining. The edges, how will you calculate? Area of the square minus area of the circle. So a square minus area of circle is pi r square. Understood? So that is equal to 5a square plus a square is 6a square plus curved surface area of hemisphere is curved surface area. Do you remember? Yes. 2 pi r square then minus pi r square. So I will give you one advice. This formula you can write separately because at least you will get mark for formula. Okay. So I will write here CSA of hemisphere is equal to 2 pi r square. Now listen carefully. 5a square plus a square is 6a square plus 2 pi r square minus pi r square, that is equal to 2 pi r square minus pi r square is 2 minus 1, that is pi r square. So if you have doubt here, take the pi r square as common, bracket here 2 will be there, here minus nothing is there, so 1 will be there. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So pi r square into 1 is pi r square. Are you all following me? Okay. So now A, you have A and radius. Do you know the radius? Diameter is there na? So diameter is equal to 7 centimeter. That gives radius equal to d by 2, that is equal to 7 by 2. You keep it as 7 by 2 only. If you cut and write 3.5 also okay, but you keep it as 7 by 2 because here pi is there na. Pi value is 22 by 7, 7 will get cancelled. So keep it as 7 by 2 centimeter. Now shall we apply the values? That is equal to 6 into A value is 7. So 6 into 7 square plus pi value you have to take as 22 by 7. So 22 by 7 into 7 by 2 whole square. Understood or not? So 7 by r square na. So r is 7 by 2. So 7 by 2 the whole square. Now that is equal to 6 into A is how much? A is 7 square. So 49. Understood or not? A is 49. 7 square. 7 into 7. So 49. If you want stepwise, you can write 7 by 7. No, 7 into 7. No problem. So 7 square is 7 into 7. Here you see, some students do mistake here. Please listen carefully. Suraj, listen. Sometimes, even though here a square is there, some children will directly cut this 7 and 7. You cannot cut like that because here what is there? Square is there. So first write that. So 22 by 7 into, so 7 by 2 square means 7 by 2 into 7 by 2. 7 by 2 square is 7 by 2 into 7 by 2. So now you can cut this 7 and this 7, this 2 and this is 11. Okay, 22 divided by 2 is 11. So now we have 6 into 7 7s are 49 plus, so here 11 into 7 divided by what is here? 2. Okay. So now what we have? 6 into 14. What is 49 into 6? So 49, 6. 6 9s are 54, 5, 4 6 are 24, 24 plus 5, 29. So 294 plus 7 into 7, 11 into 7, 77 by 2. That is equal to 294 plus 77 divided by 2. So 7 by 2, 7 how many times 2 is there? 3 times. Remaining 1 is there. So 1, 17. 17 how many times? 8 2s are 16. So 8 times, point remaining 1 is there. So 0.5. So it will be like 294 plus 38.5. So that is equal to, if you add that, 38.5. So 294 plus 38.5, that is equal to, if you add that, you will get the answer 332.5. Clear? The answer is 332.5. What is this? This is the surface area. Area means square. And the given unit is centimeter. Therefore, centimeter square. Understood? So, what we did? First we took the given data and we found the greatest diameter. Greatest diameter, when it will occur? When the diameter of the circle will be equal to the side of the square. Okay? Or side of the face of the cube. Then, we have to find the surface area. So this is a cube. Cube has 6 sides, but one side, what is attached? Hemisphere is attached. So first we took the 5 sides. So 5 side area is 5a square. Then a hemisphere is attached. with a circle hidden inside. So we only took the curved surface area. Then remaining these edges we need to calculate. So edge, how we calculated? Area of the square minus area of the circle. Understood? So we just added that and we got the answer. So now in this class we have solved 3 sums. So what I wish, we have solved first sum, second sum and fourth sum. I wish you to solve the which sums are remaining? Third sum and fifth sum. Understood? I wish you to solve the third sum. Now please copy it down. I wish you to solve the third sum and fourth sum. So in third sum, what is that? In third sum, a cone is mounted on a hemisphere. On a hemisphere means, so I will just give a hint so that you can do the homework. I hope you copied it down. So in the third sum, cone is mounted on the hemisphere. On the hemisphere means hemisphere will come down and the cone will come up. By the hemisphere means cone will come down, hemisphere will be up. Understood or not? Okay, now cone radius is given. So this is okay. So this is the radius. This is the radius. Radius is given. Cone radius and hemisphere radius will be same here. Okay. Then the total height is also given. Total height means this total height. This sum is almost similar to the second sum. So you can do that. Okay. Then fifth sum it is given like this. Just giving you the hint. If I draw the rough diagram, then you will be able to solve. Fifth sum, a hemispherical depression is cut out from one face of a cubical wooden block. That is, one cubical wooden block is there, cube is there. Okay. From that, a hemispherical depression is cut. Depression is cut means you are digging. You would imagine like this. This is the cube. In one side of the cube, you made a hemispherical depression like this. This much you took it out. Hemispherical depression. Okay. So now you have to find the surface area. So here also remaining 5 sides will be okay. Only one side. For example, totally 6 sides are there. All the 5 sides are okay. Only in this side you made a depression. Depression means a hemispherical part. For example, consider this as an ice cream and you will take it out and eat now. So what would have mean? A depression would have made. Okay. So the formula will be like this. First 5 sides will be there. Okay. Then the depression is there. Depression means what? Depression will look like a hemisphere only. So depression means here the no circle close will be there. So you will take the CSA, curved surface area. So now after making the depression, if you see the 2-dimensional from the top view, again you will look like, you will get a shape like this. Because this is a depression and remaining the corners will be there now. The corners you have to add. The formula is almost the same like fourth sum. This is actually the fifth sum, but the formula will be same as the fourth sum. But the difference is in fourth sum, the hemisphere was visible like this. The hemisphere was outside. But here the hemisphere is inside like a depression. You please try it. If you have any doubt, please ask me in WhatsApp. Okay, so please complete the homework. Exercise 13.1, your homework. Exercise 13.1, third sum and fifth sum. Understood? So please complete this one, and tomorrow we will see the remaining problems in the exercise. So I hope you enjoyed this class. Please be sincere in doing homework. I will see you in the next class. Thank you.